his version of Cherish the Love by Kool and the Gang. Salsa version. My guest is on the show, DJ Loco Lopez. Welcome. Welcome to Latin Mondays.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Me and Loco Lopez go way back almost 40 years. Almost 40 years. And we met in high school. And how we met, it was funny. Almost got into a fight with one of his boys, and they all came rolling up on me and stuff. But it was all good because then like we connected on the bus trip going back home from school. But it was all good. We became really, really close friends, and we got a lot of memories together. But let me start by asking, man. Thank you again for being on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me once again. Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. So let me. What when you started doing your DJ thing?
Oh, I started young. Um, I know you know that, but for the audience, I started when I was 12. I used to be a break dancer when I was, 12 years old. We were all into break dancing. And I had a lot of influences. One of the movies that influenced me was Beat Street, with Double K and watching, the break dancing and all of hip hop. Uh, and then I used to go with my dad during the summer. I used to spend the summers with him, and he was a musician and he was playing for a band. He's a Latin musician. He played Spanish guitar, and he was playing with a group back then called Los Hermanos Moreno. They were just starting out. They're actually a well-known recording artist group now, but back then they weren't. So he was playing with them at this nightclub. It was actually a nightclub called Santiago's, and it was on Bergen Line in New Jersey. So I was too young to be in the crowd. I was too young to be in the club. So he put me in with the DJs. And I got to see these two guys, DJ Sammy and DJ Mario. I don't know if they're still alive. I don't know if they're still DJing, but I watched these two guys just kill the dance floor, and they were playing freestyle. They were playing, dance music, and the crowd was going wild. And I knew immediately, I was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And so I started collecting, I started trying to make money. I told my mom I wanted to be a DJ. And little by little, I was able to get a DJ system. I bought one from good old Alex Torres, is where first got my first DJ system for 250 bucks, two turntables and a mixer. And I've been a DJ ever since. It's just been part of my life. I don't even know life without it. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember moving to Amsterdam, New York from the city, and we connected on where to get our freestyle records.
Yep.
Every week, it was like a record pool. Like if I got something new, I would like share that with you. Hey, this one came out, and then they got. Remember how they used to have the promos at the end of the
Yeah.
record,
Yep.
and it tells you what was coming out. And then who was it? What was the
That
name of
was
the record?
Metropolitan Records used to do that.
Right, and then it was who's the guy we talked to? Todd Terry, something like that.
Todd Terry.
Yeah, we used to call up, say, hey, this came out, and then remember cash on delivery, the COD, how we used to get it. We
Yeah,
paid
that
them.
was a Vinyl Mania. So we used to get our records from Vinyl Mania from Jay. Remember we used to call New York City
Yes,
and get
yep,
COD
yeah,
deliveries?
yep. And I always looked forward to after school waiting for the UPS truck to roll up to see what I got. I was like, June, I got this one. Did you get it yet? And it was those were the days. Those were the days.
They were the
So
days.
so now as a teenager, you DJing, were you doing gigs at the time, or you was just playing for fun?
At first, I started from home. I just wanted to be like a bedroom DJ because
Right.
I didn't really even know, where I was gonna take it. And then a friend of my mom's, she was in the kitchen and she looked over into my bedroom. She saw the equipment. Like I had a room full, like everything was just the speakers everywhere and everything. And she said, "Hey, do you DJ out in public?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't, but I would." And she said, "Do you want to do my wedding?" And that was when I was 14.
Hmm.
So I said, yeah. I didn't even know to charge her. I didn't even like I didn't quote her a price or nothing. I just said, yeah, I'll do it because I just wanted to play with my stuff.
Yeah.
So back then, if you remember, we used to call the taxi cab company.
Yep.
And I even remember the phone number 518-842-6222 was the
Rock
taxi
City.
cab number. Yeah, that was Amsterdam Cab Company or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so if you had like groceries or you had stuff you had to carry, you could ask for a station wagon. So I asked for a station wagon cab and I loaded all my equipment in the back of the station wagon and they took me to the American Lithuanian Club, which ended up becoming Liberty Lounge in Amsterdam. And that was where I had my first wedding. And as a 14-year-old kid, I remember it was wild. I killed it. The floor was crazy. And at the end, the lady came up, she gave me $5. I mean, $5, $50. And that's when I got dollar signs in my eyes. I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do.
That's cool. And I remember the one time, remember it was a talent show coming up in the Amsterdam Mall back in the day when Amsterdam it was still popping a little bit. They had a talent show coming,
Yep.
and I came to you and said, "Listen, I'm gonna do this rap. I need you to make a beat for me." Remember, yeah, and then you made it for me, and you like made it like in 5 minutes. You was like doing some tap tap, this and that. So I use this, and then when I heard, I said, okay, I went with that. So I wrote my verse first, and then I asked my brother Steven. I go, yo, you do one, and then I'll do the third one, so we can rock the house. And when we did it, we came and saw you, and we started messing with it, and you started adding the beat from Try Jazz in the part of it, and then there was and then you were scratching to it, and we didn't do the chorus. We didn't have the chorus down yet.
Yep.
We just and then we you had us record it, and I don't know if you remember, but we used your headphones as the microphone.
Yes. Yep. The
That
old microphone is the old headphones is a microphone trick.
Yeah, that was like and it came out good.
Yeah. Yeah. It came out as good as it could possibly come out for everything that we had at the time.
Right.
Back then, I mean, you know that I used to write freestyle music. I used to record, I had my own studio before any computer stuff. Like there was no software. You had to buy equipment to do it. And I had an Alesis HR16B drum machine, an SR16 drum machine. So I had two different kinds. And then I had a MIDI uh, MMT8, which was another Alesis device. I connected them all to my Korg M1 keyboard at the time. And then I routed all that audio into my mixer for my DJ system. And that's how I used to produce what we used to call sequences. I used to make all my sequences with that. And so when I prepared your sequence, I just threw everything together with the keyboard and the drums and the two different drum kits. Actually, I synced both drum kits, and that's how I was able to do it. But I didn't have a mic at the time. I didn't have
But
a mic. It
but
was weird.
that headphone trick did work though. It
Yeah,
did.
I
It,
that's a,
it,
go ahead. No, no, go ahead.
and it wasn't even like funny. You think about it now, it's funny, but we were just like all into it. Let's get this recorded. And then at the time, we was like, let me see, it was 92. It was 1992, and I was 20, and my brother was 16. So I was like, okay. And then it's what, 33 years later.
Yeah.
It's a long time. And we did another song, which I don't think we ever recorded it. I
No,
think,
we did. We did record it. And
oh,
I want to say it was better.
yeah,
It
it
was
was.
better
I
than
remember
having
the name
fun.
of the song is Mueve tu cintura, something like
Yeah,
this.
Mueve tu cintura, I think it was.
Yeah, if
It
you
was
find it,
better. It was
it was
better.
because I remember I performed it that because we performed Having Fun at the talent show, which you DJ'd, and they had me and my brother open up the talent show, and
Yeah.
we killed it. We killed it. We had the whole crowd, and then Homeboy gonna like, nah, they picked somebody. They were whack. They were whack.
I think they lip synced something.
Yeah, and I'm like, me and my brother, we just had the crowd going. We had matching outfits, which was cool because the winner got to open up for Lisette Melendez
Yep.
like a week or a month later, and we got played. I was like, man, I wanted to beat up the dude.
It wasn't fair. It
Yeah,
wasn't fair at all. It wasn't even close.
yeah,
I
but it
mean,
was.
back in the day, like so like I said, we're talking early 90s when no internet, no Google, no Audacity, no Serato, no none of that. So everything that we learned organically. We had to learn how to play the keyboard, we had to learn how to program drum machines, we had to learn how to do all that stuff. And when you think about the advantage that we had back then compared to the average person, it's almost like if we had all the technology we had today and nobody else had it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like and so we sounded really really good for that time period.
Yep.
Compared to everything else, it just sounded very real and very like well produced compared to everything during that time.
And I know, like, I've interviewed a lot of music artists on the show, and it was during COVID when I came on the station. I said, all right, let me give it a shot. Let me see if I can get these artists on. They came on, and then during COVID, they said they were recording at home.
Hmm.
And then when they were telling me that brought me back to when we recorded Having Fun. That was like, I said, oh man, this brought flashbacks. As a matter of fact, it was Lisette Melendez that I interviewed, and she told me how she was recording new music at home during COVID. So I said, that's pretty cool. But I think when we did it, that was like the dopest time. That was the
It was
dopest time.
great. It was great.
Heck,
It was a really fun time.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
using
but
what we had.
all right. So listen, we're gonna we're gonna play the song that we worked on together, me, you, and my late brother Steven, and we're gonna play it so everybody can check it out. You want to introduce it?
All right, so you're about to listen to a song that's called "Having Fun." It's by Just Two Brothers, just J2B, Just Two Brothers, featuring DJ Loco Lopez. So the scratches you hear and the beat in the background, that's the track I put together, and the guys are killing it with the lyrics. So let's hear it.
Check this out. Too strong. Check this out.
Come on, everybody, just get up and shake your body. This is the year known as 92, and I'm busting no rhymes, so bust the move. People are dancing on the dance floor and getting busy and going off. The music is pumping real loud. Everyone is going crazy and going wild. People are moving to the groove. I'm rocking on the mic and sounding cool, but I'm no fool cause I'll pass the test. And when you go to court, you know you confess to the crimes that you committed. So what's up with that homeboy? You ain't with it. You better start and get your act together, cause you know you won't live forever. Cause 92 is the year to have fun, dancing crazy and dancing dumb. You make your own moves and years go by, but I'm King Rock and coming out fly with the rhymes that I like to write, with a special tone that sounds so high. So here we go with a brand new year, and I'm saying all my rhymes, well I'm no fear, cause I'm here to make you dance with the music going and having a blast. The DJ is mixing and scratching, so I'll sit back and start relaxing. Improvise as I go on, but I will get smart as long as I'm a star.
How y'all feel out there?
Now that we are having a blast, to be in full command of this jam that is playing right now. So get up on your feet and get down, because all of you know how to have fun when the music's playing in the dark, with the slow black blinking on and off, with the guys going crazy and girls going off. Can't you see we're having fun? The party ain't over cause it ain't done, cause I'm here to entertain you like a superhero to the rescue. Let's start moving to the groove, something simple and something smooth, like a smooth operator not being rude. Rocking on the mic cause I will rule the world. Life is justice and I will tell you, you can't touch this cause yo, this this is how the story goes. Cause I'm noble and I'm on the go.
Check this out. Check this out.
Let's begin this once again. Must I take this rhyme all the way to the ends? Cause my friends, can't you see I'm jamming, maxing, relaxing? Cause I'm not taxing. I'm not a homeowner, so I don't pay tax. But soon I will be, but I'll be intact. Cause in the future I'll make it big with the money I'm making. I will be rich and then some. Cause I'm having fun reciting my rhymes in front of my sons. Then I will go up on the stage and start to jam and go insane. The music is playing louder and louder, but I can say that I will go high in rank. Rank number 1, and the next thing you know, the story ain't done. The story is called the never-ending story, but I will make it to the fame and glory with this jam that is playing right now. Cause we're 2 feet and we're gonna get down.
There he is, DJ Loco Lopez, scratching it up. That was dope. DJ Loco Lopez on the beats, the scratching. Me and my brother on the mic. That was good. That was good, brother. That was good.
Thank you, man. You guys were awesome. You guys were the whole I mean, without you guys, that song wouldn't even exist. So, you know what I mean?
When I wrote that song, after we memorized it and everything, I sealed it up and put it in an envelope.
Yeah.
And I mailed it to myself.
Poor man's copyright.
Yeah, and I have not opened that envelope since. I have it locked away somewhere. And just in case, I said, nah, son, I got it right here. It's written. And look at the postmark. But yeah, I won't open that. I'll just like leave it in there. But I remember writing. As a matter of fact, it took me an hour to write. An hour right after, I think, when you gave me the beat.
Yeah.
I went home. I was like on the floor, like writing. And then I said, all right, wrote Steven. But then when we did the show, we had the chorus in there. It was having fun is all we're doing is having fun. And then it worked. My brother made that up part. He goes, yo, let's throw this in there. I said, all right, bet. And we practiced it. And at the talent show, boom, we had fun with it. And I can remember everybody loving it because they were like rocking to it. Because
They were bouncing. They were dancing. It was
you
wild.
can dance to that song. Yeah, you can dance. And then I remember Alex Torres hooked me up and had me perform at the Latin Festival.
Mhm.
That many. And we performed. And Latin Festival back then, that used to get packed. It was almost like being at a big arena because there was that many people. And we performed during Alex's group's intermission, which was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot. So back then, what was your DJ name?
Well, real quick, I do want to touch on something. So
Okay.
you were talking about how you had the envelope and you didn't open it or whatever. I got my music stolen.
Oh,
I got my music stolen, and you know the people who did it. I confronted the
yep.
people who did it, and and it's something that's been I've dealt with my whole life. I'm over it. Like, I'm not gonna get any money. I'm not gonna get compensated. I'm not gonna get credits for it and stuff like that. But it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, back then they were just doing what they were doing. And I was a young kid. I couldn't really fight it or anything like that. So I understand why you did your poor man's copyright. Everything of mine now is physically copywritten with the Library of Congress, and I have digital backups to with the date created to to show that it predates anything.
Right.
But anyway, getting back to the DJ name. I used to be called DJ Keen, and I think it's funny now. It's kind of embarrassing now when I say it, because I was super embarrassed of DJ Loco Lopez. Um, you know, I started off with Keen, and I'm like thinking all these cool things about it, like I'm sharp, like Keen means sharp, blah blah blah, whatever. And I also like the way it looked when I wrote it out in a marker.
Right.
And so because of double E, for some reason, two letters, they work well together.
Hmm.
So the EE, whatever. And so Ramo, my best friend Ray, we're DJing in Utica, and he turns to me and says, "Now he knows my name is DJ Keen at that time. He knows that." And we're on stage, and I'm DJing, and he's on the mic. He's being my hype man for the moment, and he turns to me, he says, "What's your DJ name again?" And I'm like, "You know what it is." And he was like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to you're dancing to the magic fingers of DJ Loco Lopez." And I was like, "Ah." And he starts laughing at me, and I just put my head down. I'm like, "Oh my God." And it stuck. That was it. I was DJ
I,
Loco Lopez from then on.
I gotta give it up to you though. But when you used to promote your DJ company, you was with DJ Coco.
Yeah. Yep.
It was
KW Productions.
yeah, it was you and was it what was his name? DJ Wiz or something like that?
Yeah, he was Wiz Ski.
Okay, yeah, because you when we were in high school, we had that TV tech class,
Yep.
and we used remember how we used to help out with the school news, and it would be live on public
Oh
access,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and you would
Yeah.
sneak in your commercial with him. It was the most funny. So, yo, this is Keen and I'm Wiz, and we are KW Production. It was like I said, oh, these guys got commercials. It was
Yeah.
that was a cool plug. I don't even think we were supposed to do that.
Listen, I took every advantage that was given to me. TV tech class was so much fun. I did that. I also did a talk show. I was doing a talk show on there. It was basically kind of the same style as Arsenio Hall because he was
Mhm.
really big back then. So I was kind of mimicking that. And so I had a whole stage show and like a whole like the chairs and the table and like I had the whole thing. Um, but yeah, we recorded that commercial, and I gotta tell you, man, I laughed so hard. Me and Coco laughed so hard, um, uh, that we were just like, we were like, I wish I could find that video. We lost it a long time ago. It was on VHS, and we lost it.
Yeah.
But man, if I could see that video again, it was just super super funny to see us back then trying to do that.
I think when we recorded stuff back in the day with VHS cameras, the video, whatever you call them back then, I think we had the dopest videos than what people put out now.
Yeah.
It was just whatever we did. Imagine if we would have recorded us like riding bikes and jumping ramps, not worrying about getting hurt or anything. We fell, oh well, that was it. We get up, and we don't have that no more because everybody does the extreme stuff to look cool on social media, but we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
No, we just had each other. I remember your flyer you made with the which matter of fact was with your DJ set, but you made it, you drew it
I
with the
drew it.
computer.
I still have it.
Yeah, I
I still have it.
remember
As a matter of fact, I was gonna run. I have my file cabinet in the back. If I could find it quick enough, I would go run and grab it, along with another picture of me and you back in the day when we were.
that picture. As a matter of fact, I ran into our old counselor from high school, Mr. Raymond.
You did. So did I
Yeah,
at one
he
point. So
he
yeah,
he
what happened?
goes he goes, I still have that picture of you and Enrique. It was like we were his favorite Puerto Ricans and at the high school. I kid you not. He was like, and he showed me the picture when we were still in school. He had it there. Even before he retired, he said he still had it in his office.
Yeah. Listen, I gotta say something about that guy.
Mhm.
That guy, he literally mapped out my life when I thought it was gonna be over. When I was a kid in high school, and my girlfriend, my ex, she became my wife, later on, and now my ex-wife. But when my girlfriend got pregnant in high school, I thought my life was over. I thought that's it. I'm done. And you and I had similar we had similar experiences in that, and in high school. And I went to Mr. Raymond, and he basically, like, put his hand on my shoulder. He says, "You're not going down like this. I'm gonna make sure this is not the end for you."
Right.
He said, this is not it. You're gonna make something of yourself. You're too talented. You're too good. We're gonna do something. So that's when he hooked me up with Mr. Arthur's in the print shop, and he set my career off. I became a printer after that, and worked in a print shop, owned a print shop. Then that parlayed into the magazine. Like so many things happened because of Mr. Raymond. If it wasn't for that guy, man, I don't know what guidance I would have got
I
from
was
him.
right behind you with that because I had the same class, even though you was a year ahead. I had the year before graphic arts, so I was there with you, did the printing, and now let's get into the magazine.
Yeah,
Latino Voice. When I first picked up that issue, was at the Chinese restaurant in Amsterdam. Picked it up, it had J Lo on the cover. J Lo on the cover. Checked it out, read it. I read the whole thing. Then I saw who edited. I said, "What?" And then I hit you up. I said, "Yo, let me get in on it." And then when I told you, say, "Hey, if I can get uh was it WWE wrestlers to interview, yo, can I get the front cover?" You told me yeah, because I don't even think you knew I could do it
I didn't think
until
you could.
I hit them up. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna send you the magazine." They hooked me up with interviewing Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio, and I got to interview them at now it's called the MVP Arena, and we got free tickets. Me and you and my brother went that same night to watch Monday Night Raw, and we got to sit anywhere we wanted. That was a fun time. That was a fun
It
time.
was Yeah, it was a blast. And let me tell you something, bro. I give you a lot of credit because the magazine itself, I mean, it was good. It was good. I had entertaining material and all that stuff. But I really gotta say, man, when you jumped on board and you started reaching out to people and getting interviews with everybody and really it really put the magazine on the map that real artists were actually because it was because of you we had Paul Rodriguez
Oh yeah,
submit his
picture
he
holding the
submitted his
magazine.
picture, the wrestlers, Chavo, Eddie,
See, I
and
had
Rey Mysterio,
Lillian
those three.
Garcia.
Yep,
Yep,
Lydia,
Carlo.
Nydia and Lillian Garcia. As a matter of fact, hold on one second. So so these Latino voice issues, the WWE created a photo shoot with Lillian Garcia just for our magazine.
Yep.
And they also did that with Nydia. They sent us the separated copies and everything so that I could use them in the print process. But that was WWE sent us that. That was exclusive to our magazine, which was really really cool. And and like I said, if you hadn't stepped on board, we wouldn't have done all of that. And plus going to the events, like going to all, like the when we went to see WWE live and we got to be backstage and we got to be, in the pit and take pictures right next to ringside and I mean it was a blast and you guys doing that work, I didn't believe you at first. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I was like, I said, let me give it a shot. I said, let me give it a shot. And then I started reaching out to the freestyle artist. And that I was like, boom, boom. I was like getting it. And then it was funny is one of the artists hit me up. He goes, and I'm still friends with him now, Alex of Latin Nation. He goes, yo, was this your email? This is from back Latino Voice days. He go, it was a Hotmail email with my first initial, my last name, and
Yeah.
I think the Amsterdam zip code on it. He goes, "Oh snap! Yeah, that was me." Because it was like when I was trying to set up an interview with him, he had the whole email still. From that, I said, "Wow." Hey, I go, "We go way back, son." I go, "We go way back." But it's I really enjoyed being part of that magazine, especially when we had our photo shoot for the 1 year anniversary.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's another one that I got hanging up somewhere around here. But yeah, I have a wall over here. It's my wall of Wall of Fame. Like it just has all accolades and everything, you know, things that when I look over at it, I feel like I can do anything, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but the magazine definitely was a big part of my life. It was you know, it was one of the first times I think that people took anything we were doing really seriously and you know, treating us like we were doing something real, you know, and that meant a lot to me. So I
Yeah.
couldn't have done it without you guys. I couldn't have done it without you, without Julio. I mean, Julio's the man. Him and his marketing, he was out
Oh
there
yeah.
pounding the pavement every day. Um,
And
you
I
know,
just want to give you and Julio props for putting me on when we did the Latin Explosion radio show. And it was on AM, not FM. It was on AM. And I
and it was
remember,
hype.
yeah, because he would do the regular salsa merengue in the beginning. Then Tony would do the reggaeton, and then
Yep,
I come on at the end on Fridays,
that's right.
doing the freestyle, and which is fun. And then the one day you had a cover, and I came over and hung out with you in the studio, and we were just joking, and people were like loving it because we were just
Ah,
interacting, talking about what we used to do back in high school.
yeah,
Which,
and then we made that a regular part of the show was joking around, talking with each other and everything.
oh yeah,
And you know, for an AM station in Amsterdam, we had a wide listenership. Like it was big. Like you know, when I tell people about it, they don't think much of it or they don't know because they weren't there at that time. But it was really big between the magazine and the radio station. I mean, we were dominating that market. We were dominating completely.
and
You
then
know.
when we did the quarterly Latin Explosion, when we did the night up at Crystal Bar, you DJ, I would be the bouncer at the door, and we would just kill it.
Yep.
There was
Yep.
a lot
You,
of
Steven, me, Carlos, Julio. You know, Tony. We
that.
it was a group of like renegades, man. We were killing it.
We need to do that again at least one time.
At least one more time, man.
One more time. Listen, brother, I don't want to take more of your time, but congratulations on your new show you got
Thank you.
on the station. Can't announce it on the air, but I know where you play
All
at. But
good.
congratulations, man, and thank you for being on, brother. Hope to have you on again, and if we can work on a project together, we got to do it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Right.
Already planning on it.
All right. Sounds good, my brother. DJ
All right.
Loco Lopez, y'all. We're gonna keep rocking with more Latin Mondays. Thank you, my brother.
Thanks, bro. Take
Talk
care.
to you soon. All righty.
Bye.